Okay. Hey, Carolyn.
Yeah.
How do we explain in a simple vernacular for everyone the double helix of the flow of the attaching parallel portal destination points? She's there. She can get there. She's asking how to get there and come back.
Well, the wire whisks are a good metaphor.
Okay, do that. And you try it, and we'll see how you're doing.
Okay, what we're learning is that the portal is the handles of two wire whisks, where the handles are together and the wire whisks are out to the either side. And you're on one wire whisk, on one little wire of the wire whisk, and what you're looking for is on the other side of the handles on a wire on the other wire whisk.
Grand Central Station, mention that.
We call it Grand Central Station.
No, that's where you are in the middle.
In the middle.
And that symbol also is the sign, the physics sign for infinity.
Mm-hmm.
With those that sideways figure 8. That's also what you use in formularies to describe infinity, infiniteness. So the question is very, very good, and the sightedness that's being outlined in the dynamic of the question is there. You've got your ticket. What you have to do is organize the pinpoints. You used it, pinpoints of light within the water wall.
Yeah.
Those pinpoints, if you'll look very closely, where's Chad? Chad knows about this. You organize those pinpoints of light, and they'll become symbolic to you. And when understanding the dynamic of those pinpoints, of the symbolism that you attach to those symbols, it seems to lay out like your constellations, like the Mayans looking at the sky, like the ascended human creator looking into the force field that allows a parallel experience. Then it becomes almost like unto a legend, or some say dial a mile,
or cipher.
Or cipher, that's correct. Now, don't make it a play for cipher, or you're just going to confuse yourself, but take those pinpoints of light and start paying attention or noticing, giving your undivided attention to those pinpoints, and see which symbols are illuminated within that wall of water. Now, we'd like to thank our kind sponsors for this portion of the show, where we go into the woo-woo world, and it's only woo-woo if you don't get what she's asking, but many do.
So the part where it says, how do I transfer to my soulmate there?
Look at the symbols. Look at the pinpoints of light and see what the symbols are. And when you find those symbols, identify them and know where they are in retrospect or introspect or outrospect of you. And within your 3 kingdoms, then that becomes the guide, the legend that lets you see how to get through the parallel world, if that's what you want to call it. Okay? Maybe it's just deja vu. Maybe I had my soulmate and I didn't know how to get back to him, so I lost him and I want to know how to get back there. Maybe I want to get to the place where I understand the notice. Sorry, this is good. Maybe we want to get to the place where we understand the dynamic that we're larger than ourselves. Maybe we understand that the duality that we propose is not as unrealistic as we supposed. Maybe this isn't as hard as it's supposed to be. Maybe we have all the answers and we're just looking for the questions.
But what about when someone is in that position? Isn't it yourself that you're looking at, not another, not a soulmate? Well, but
yeah, it's a stretch, isn't it? She's got to answer that. She's got to answer that in herself.
In the rules of her mind. In the rules of her
Well, yes, but we don't want to make it that glib.
Okay.
See, here you go. If you can't love yourself, a soulmate ain't going to do you any good.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't love yourself, if your force field is not in a place of understanding how love is a field of force, a soulmate isn't going to help you. But once you get it, then those symbols can attract. Now see, that's not relax and allow. Attract that soulmate into your experience, and it will, we promise you, delight your force field and wrought endless positive emotions within the confines of your loving experience or your force field. But just go easy with the rules and the regulations, because within that force field you have 3 kingdoms. So if you start making rules, lover of mine, I love you forever, 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 as long as you're faithful, as long as you do what I say, as long as you love me, as long as you be, do, or have what I want you to be, do, or have, as long as you yield to my every whim, and you make all these rules and regulations, you make it an impossible anomaly to sustain. And that's not that lover of yours problem, that's your problem. Good. If you're on the yellow brick road, and if you think the Wizard of Oz is going to get it for you, it may take a wizard to explain it to you. But if you could see, it's like those car keys that you can't find. Your courage will be the last place you look, because Scott, when you find your courage, you'll cease looking for it. And if you decide to walk away, you've already set that path or journey in place anyway. So rather than push against it, go with it, enjoy it, and then that courage can find you, rather than you have to spin looking for your courage.
Right on. Okay.
If I only had a brain.
Okay.
Oh, I see. Extremely. Well, there you are. It was done, finished. But something was lacking. Then it came. And things like that. Anyway, more or less. But. Well, maybe. I'm sure. Well, that's it. But not very much.